So a great way to add on to that wrist drill is to go to a 3/4 drill position where my arm is 3/4 of the way around my circle, so that my arm will start out just close to my shoulder, and so will my glove hand. I'll still want to be in my legs in an athletic position with my back toes in, heel up, and knee in underneath my hip, and a little bit of flexion both of my legs, not like a scarecrow, just straight out. For the first one, this really isolates our arm and our hand path so that we don't really have to worry about our legs. We can just think about spin. Change up will be first. So as we talked about before, change up weight should be just a little bit forward with my shoulders over my front foot. I'm not going to drag through, I'm just going to come through and spin the ball to my catcher, just paying attention to what my arm feels like coming through my release and noticing how it feels, where I'm releasing it at. In this drill, you can pay extra special attention to the exact point at which you should be releasing these pitches. So for change-up, this is the one pitch at which my fingers are going to start on top of the ball. Change up and drop ball in 3/4 drill position, my fingers will be up, not my thumb like I'm shaking somebody's hand. This is because we're already going to start to think about pulling our hand over on top of the ball to flip it out. Helps us get on top of the ball and get a little bit more downward rotation instead of up underneath it. So when you start it, go ahead, take a look, see how your hand is starting to be able to flip down over on top of the ball. Great time right now to still continue to flip down towards my catcher's knees. So for drop ball, let's go ahead and move on to that one. Going to be the same start position. Out over my front foot with my fingers on top of the ball. Important in this drill to keep your arm outside of your body. Your catcher should be able to see the ball before you throw it and not back behind you in your start position. Little bit of finesse whenever you're throwing it, and you're not trying to kill your catcher. In these drills, you're not trying to throw it as hard as you can. You're trying to spin the ball as much as you can whenever you come through. I'm doing my peel drop right now where I finish out over on top. Rollover, you'll do the same thing, but coming over with the rollover instead of peeling out the front. So for rise ball, our weight's going to be completely different than that change up and a drop ball. Our weight in this 3/4 drill position is going to need to be back over the back foot. We're going to start with our thumb up, like we're shaking hands in this 3/4 drill position. So that I can start to lead more with my pinky and get down with my elbow inside of my body. It's important to think about the ends of your fingertips, thinking about going against the ground to reach down, to stay long, to get underneath it. So curveball will be a little bit different than change up, drop ball, and rise ball. With your change up, drop, and rise, you want to step straight, or you can step towards your target. You're not going to be stepping so much across your body. But for those pitches, those pitches that move north and south, you want to step straight. For curveball, I want to step slightly across my body. Now don't take this too much to where I'm now going to step all the way across by about a foot. I want to keep it as simple as possible, and once again, not give anything away to the hitter. The more that I step across, the hitter might be able to notice that and pick up that a pitch is going to be a curveball. People are always paying attention to stuff in the dugout to pick up anything against you that they can. So when I'm starting in this 3/4 drill position, I'm going to start slightly across if there was a line coming through my feet, so that I know I'm working to close my body off so that I can cut the curveball across. Thumb will still start at, in a neutral position and a nice and easy spin from hip to hip. So for a curveball, we stepped across our body. For a screwball, I'm actually going to teach to step open a little bit. If there was a line here, just a little bit so I can get my hips more open and get my arm in closer to my body to be able to cut the ball inside. So when I'm doing this 3/4 drill, I want to already start in that position. That thumb is going to be up. Make sure that you're paying attention to where your feet are and where your hand is to make sure that it's outside of your body. Still not going to come through with my legs. Just going to snap the ball inside like a hitchhiker thumb, moving in towards a hitter's knees. Just isolating the spin in a neutral position.